again for tuning into Sin's Workshop. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. So today we're going to be talking about Carmilla by Sheridan Le Fanu. This is considered the original vampire story, predating Dracula by 25 years, if I remember correctly. First of all, why have I not read this book before? I'm very disappointed in myself because I live for the Gothic Lit, and mind you, I found out about Carmilla when I was in college in my Shakespearean lit course, of all places. Not even my Gothic lit course, my Shakespearean comedy course. My teacher loved talking about homosexual undertones in storytelling. So she brought up Carmilla, just really like a segue, a really weird segue. Had nothing to do with the story. I think she just wanted to talk about it. But my God, that was years ago. I graduated from college a while ago. So it still took me this long to read Carmilla. And I'm very disappointed in myself. Very disappointed. Because I really do love Gothic Lit. And I think Le Fanu did a really good job with capturing that Gothic atmosphere with the storytelling. It's a really short novel. It's about this big. And the edition by Pushkin Press, the deluxe edition, absolutely gorgeous. Highly recommend it. I will include links in the description below for that specific edition because I think it's personally gorgeous. But in any case, this was really good. I was pleasantly surprised by it. I will say the writing is a little dense, but again, it is reminiscent of the time of 19th century writing. If you think of 19th century writing and storytelling, that writing is dense. Mainly because they had a tendency to write for publications, and you got paid for the word. So that's why writing back then was a little bit more dense than nowadays, you know? But regardless, I digress. This was really engaging. You know, he sets up the story very well. It's someone recounting what happened to Laura. And it's just like, I don't know how accurate or how true this is, but this is the story of Carmilla, right? This is the story of Laura and Carmilla. And it does have a lot of sexual tension between the two characters, but it's really that Gothic atmosphere that gets me. You know, it's in a castle in Austria in the woods in the middle of nowhere. You're seeing the mist. You're kind of feeling that cold eeriness that goes along with the storytelling. And personally, I found that to be very engaging for me. I really did like that setting. I liked that storytelling. I think it was very well done because you are with Laura alone in this castle with Carmilla. I mean, she's not alone. You know, she has her father, she has her two, servants, but other than that, they're alone. They're isolated. And then when Carmilla comes literally crashing into her life, Carmilla's mother says to the Baron, like, I have to go. I have important business. I'll be back in 3 months, She's like, but you're not allowed to ask my daughter anything about our family or what I'm doing or our lineage, none of that. It's top secret. And the Baron's like, okay, yeah, no problem. We'll take care of your daughter for you. To me, that was suspicious. I think to any reader, it's going to be like, well, that's a little suspicious. And I think that's the point. It's supposed to be suspicious to the reader before the storytelling for the characters. It's just like, okay, I will definitely take care of your daughter until she's better. She just had a crash. You have to go. But yes, we will take care of your daughter for you. There's an unease in the storytelling that carries throughout the narrative that I really did. Again, I found it to be really compelling. I think there's more of that than the sexual tension between Laura and Carmilla. Don't get me wrong. You do see that sexual tension. This is definitely an LGBTQ story, vampire story. But that sexual tension is very sparse. And you're seeing it more from Carmilla's perspective versus Laura. Like, Laura does have an attraction to her. There's no denying that. But her unease, and I think that's very key for her character, there are alarms going off to her head that make her want to be like, I kind of, like, I'm drawn to you, but I kind of really want to get away from you at the same time. But she's drawn to her. You know, she's drawn to Carmilla, and she wants to be Carmilla's friend. And again, she's also really lonely. I mean, she was so looking forward to having a female companion, and you know, she died because of Carmilla. And now her only female companion is Carmilla. You know, she is lonely. So it's also to that loneliness that makes her want to gravitate to Carmilla. Versus Carmilla, you definitely see that smoldering attraction from Carmilla to Laura. You see it more on Carmilla's part than you do from Laura's part. So I did enjoy that aspect of the storytelling. But again, you know, the writing's a little dense. I love the Gothic atmosphere. I love Gothic. I've read Dracula multiple times, Frankenstein multiple times, Portrait of Dorian Gray multiple times. Those are like my top 3 favorites. As far as Gothic lit is concerned. Oh, especially Frankenstein. Love Mary Shelley. But other than that, I mean, it's a good story, don't get me wrong. And if you love Gothic lit and you love stories of vampires and you're looking for a classic LGBTQ story, you know, and then it's clearly LGBTQ, this is definitely the book for you. It's a short, quick read. Again, that the chapters are also very quick. They're very sparse. But there's a lot of that rising tension in the story that keeps you gravitated, you know. It's the tension, the mystery, and the atmosphere that keep you, the reader, engaged in the storytelling, which, for me, is very important. I mean, that's important to me. As long as you have those, I mean, you do need characterization, but this is a novella almost, and while there is strong characterization, I don't know if there's a lot of character growth, and I don't think that, considering how short the story is, I don't think the character growth was 100% necessary for the storytelling. So I don't really care about that. I'm here for the story. I'm here for Carmilla. And I got Carmilla. I wanted a little bit more vampirism from her versus just, you know, those last couple of chapters where they're hunting Carmilla down and then they stake her in the heart. I wanted more. I wanted more vampirism. You didn't really get to see a whole lot of her fangs coming out. Because I guess the stories aren't really about that. It's about that sexual tension, that sexual attraction between Laura and Carmilla, which, you know, I get, but I wanted more vampirism. So because of that, I'm going to go ahead and give this book 4 out of 5 stars. Very good, very engaging. If you like Gothic lit, definitely check this book out, especially because, you know, it predates Dracula by 25 years, which is still astounding to me. I'm just like, what? Why did it take me so long to read this book? I'll never know. In any case, once again, this book gets 4 out of 5 stars. If you want to go ahead and purchase, like I said earlier, I will include links to description in the description below. Words matter. I will include links in the description below to the Pushkin Press Deluxe Edition because it is absolutely gorgeous. And, you know, it's fairly inexpensive as well. Again, very thin book. But I will include links in the description below where you can purchase the book. And on that note, I hope you all will continue to support me here by liking this video, subscribing to my channel, and sharing it with all your book-loving friends. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and as always, happy reading.